Hey, welcome back to another session. Today, I make a new suit for Atlas the Strong, as his one currently doesn't really fit his build anymore. So,
Yeah.
and
Unfortunate with the nerfs and whatnot.
oh, it is what it is. Actually, I think um, you have the best bang for buck because you have the most stat already. So,
Yeah, like I would get the most out of it, but
I mean, you just don't get your defense, but I mean, it's still a tough suit. Um, I feel like we should work on your endurance some other way. You don't get your stamina anymore, but you're still getting might. So,
yeah,
um,
I've pretty much got every other stat other than might maxed out on the benefits that I can get from equipment,
yeah, yeah.
which
Uh,
I can only get 10. So it's like I bought a fucking little ring and put it on, and then I was like, "Ooh, I'm max." But might is going to be a heck of a challenge because I can get a total of 630 might right now from my equipment.
yeah. But I guess
So,
that's all based on quality, though, too, right? So,
mhm.
I will do my best to make use a good suit, but at the end of the day, we need to put more grand tell into it.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, yeah. Like I'm not expecting it to give me the 610 right off the fucking bat. That'd be absurd to expect.
how much tell do you have on you right now?
Let me go to progression. I've spent a good bit of it. Well, I've spent a lot of it fucking helping people, but 15, no, 151,000.
Um, how about you give me 50 of it right now? We'll make the suit, and then I'll start making grand tell.
Okay, yeah, I'll give you 50. Well, make the grand tell. I don't know if I'm going to put them into my suit yet. It depends on how much I need for my tournament loadout.
Yep, I'm just gonna make them in the background
Okay,
because
gotcha. Perfect.
that's a thing I can do with suits. I can make them
Honestly,
do automatic tasks in the background, so I'll just
I'll just give you 100,000.
okay. Sounds great. Sounds like a plan. Um,
Notably, Evan has stated that he's also giving you about 100,000 that he wants to invested uh, relatively into his suit.
mhm.
But he also wasn't really thinking about the loadout when he stated that at the time, so maybe it's worth talking to him again about it. But that was the last word on it I got.
So Evan and I already talked on his suit. I would like to. I mean, I can remake it, I suppose, but his fire gold one seems fun for him. Um, we talked that before he had weapon skill as both of his skill points in a sense for the suit.
Hmm.
And since we're not doing physical characteristics, and we're only doing overlay stats, he would like that changed to something different, if that's okay.
I approved anti-inescapable.
I figured it's literally the opposite of what you said before. So for inescapable for taking 2 slots. So yeah, I feel like that's the same then. No problems. So yeah, I will start doing that. I don't think it matters on who I'm doing. It's just a time-based thing. So I will take one of my slots for a suit, put myself into it, and then I will start automating that task of. I think it takes an hour per. I think that's what you said before. To transfer um, tell into grand tell, if I remember correctly, John.
An hour? No.
How long does it take?
Uh, like 10 seconds.
10 seconds. Oh,
You don't gotta worry about the time. It's all about the resources.
oh, I was pretty sure you said it was going to take a while. So I was like, oh fuck, how am I going to automate that? But I knew you already gave me a way to do it, which was through just having the suit. But sure, yeah, okay, that's cool. Uh,
if at one point in time I said it was for an hour, I probably had some game-breaking mechanic in mind that would prevent you from taking advantage of it. So
Mhm.
maybe I was thinking, oh, but there's abilities that let you use Grantel in combat, and I don't want people to be able to make those on the fly for in combat. But as of
Yeah.
right now, nothing I can think of would ask for putting an hour-long timer on the Grantel creation.
Okay, dokie. Well, that's fine then. I will start doing that. Lucky enough for you, I already made adamantium any cloth because I wanted to have one made for myself. So I will just use that resource.
Well, you don't even necessarily need to do that. You can, since you're going to be getting rid of his suit anyway, because you're going to have to ego kill a suit named Thad to get it off of Christian.
Yeah.
You could just break it down into its component material resources.
Right. And I do believe I get, I think, half of that resource back. Tell blending. It just costs 50 to take it. And then I think this is on. You recover 50% of tell used, and this is level 6, tier 0 tell blending, level 6. Recover 50%. And then I don't think you have it anywhere else, just for failed crafting rolls, only wastes 25% of tell used. So there's that. Yeah, I even have it written down, John. 1 hour plus tell for Grand Tell synthesis. So interesting. Let's put that into 10 seconds. Plus tell.
Unweave, level
Yeah.
9, tier
Mhm.
1, toolless manipulation.
Yep.
Spend 50 mana to destroy a cloth-based item within 5 meters, reverting it back to both its fabric and spools of thread.
Yep. That's no problem. I was just talking about getting the tell back from the craft.
Oh, tell? Yeah, I don't know about that.
Yeah, it's level 6, tier 0 for tell blending. Question about runic inspiration. So pretty much it's craft the ruin, spend the tell, and do that. And I'm guessing when improving it to tier 2, it's the same process of spending the extra, and then just doing level 2s to upgrade level 2, or sorry, tier 1. And then the same goes for the second, but I can't get to the second because I don't have any skill slots for the second.
So the idea behind runic inscriptions
Yeah.
is to be it's the skill designed to reward comprehensive knowledge of the whole system top to bottom.
Yeah.
A thorough enough rune mage can be one of the strongest characters in the game if they actually know their shit with having a knowledge of every spell in the game, which spells they need to pull from here, which spells they need to add on there, tweak their equip load out for them. It doesn't even take a lot. It just needs a little bit of creativity and the juice to run it.
Yeah, the synergy. Juice is already provided for my side because I already have 1,000 mana in any of my crafts for Mastercraft, which is really nice. The other side, I was more curious on. There's like So when you put a rune in, it's permanent, right? But you have it so they can break as well. A lot of the descriptions I have in the skills, at least, is that like they're more durable or um,
So runic inscriptions is one of those skills that I know exactly the function of it, but the
yeah.
little sub levels have not been fully fleshed out yet.
I was
Um,
wondering if you took a look sometime, but
Yeah, you don't have to do it right
so
now, but I just wanted you to.
in general, though, the way I intend for it to work
Yeah.
is runic inscriptions. The way it works actually changes based off of how you are, like what material you're working with. If you're
Mhm.
working with stone, you're literally going to etch it in
Correct.
with like a hammer and chisel. If you're working with paper, you can draw. If you're working with, say, wood, you might be able to score it and then like put in a dye and wipe it down so that it dyes the deeper parts of those cracks you scored. With cloth, it actually requires you to stitch in thread
Yeah,
of a contrasting color in the
yeah. I
runes.
mean, that's a thing. It's called fuck. What's that called? Embroidering.
Embroidery.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you are effectively embroidering your runes onto whatever armor that you are creating with runic inscriptions.
Mm. And does that need to be in the initial process of the creation, or is that
Nope,
it can be after? Okay, cool, cool.
it can be any time. However, if you do it in the process of the crafting, you don't ever have to wonder if you have the capacity to etch it on later.
Right.
Like, let's say that you were working with an adamant broadsword.
Right.
If you were a blacksmith, if you do it in the process of smithing it, while you're forging it, you can stamp your initials on it. You can scratch in your runes, and by the time it cools, they're set forever. And then you say, "All right, now it's time for me to finish off these inscriptions." And you try, and all of your tools fail to even make a score mark on the adamant broadsword. It's just that tough. It would require you to go past the damage cap to actually scratch that thing.
Scratch that thing. Okay.
And for you, the equivalent would be if you weren't using any cloth, uh, like the armor
Mhm.
Atlas is wearing, it would not take too kindly to being embroidered. If it was just like a normal ego armor that you had covered him in and it
Mhm.
wasn't any cloth, since it honestly you can like hand it the thread and trace your finger on it and it'll weave it'll embroider itself.
Uh, a few questions about meta skills. Obviously, if meta is in the skill type, I can choose those, and any of the ones that are like have an actual spell cost with mana would be the other side of things, right?
Yep.
That I can choose. Okay.
Just 1 second. I got food.
Nice.
Okay.
What you got good?
Buttered pasta.
Oh yeah, it's a good combo. I had some pasta for supper myself. All right. Well, Alice, I don't think I'm gonna have a. I mean, I could do a little bit of rune scribing, but I don't have like any ideas for your thing yet.
I did have an idea,
Yeah.
but I don't know if we could do better.
I can only go to tier 1s right now, as I still need to get another kill in for myself. At least
Tier
go up one level.
1 what?
Tier 1 meta skills and
You put meta
spells.
skills in my shit? Did I miss something?
That's the one of the processes of ruin. Yeah.
The magical meta skills are capable of being applied to the spells that the armor is casting.
Gotcha. That's some clarity I needed there.
That's sad. I know for sure we're doing might.
Yep.
So both stat bonuses are might. Do it out of the thickest shit you can find, which I'm guessing would still be adamant.
We're gonna use the same material as you had before. Bubba comes up and gives a little tap on your shoulder, and then your suit dies.
I go, you're gonna have to pry this thing off my body, by the way.
I tap it, and then I go poof, and then you're naked.
Nice. I just continue the conversation.
I spend my focus on
Roll
one.
a willpower not to fall to the ground in tears, as your one true
Oh.
companion has died.
Well, I thought I would also have to roll willpower because I lost my mana or my aura sense.
Nice.
I should have single tier. Very
Well-
you look closely, my tier has muscles.
I don't look that close, but I appreciate the
It
words.
flexes on the way down and glistens. So might adamant thread.
Yeah.
What's the other thing I need to get or figure
The
out?
main focus of your build.
I have put so much thought into this, and I have no fucking clue. I was thinking of maybe turning like basically, since my movements move with so much power, making like a way to convert that energy I exert when moving into regeneration. So honestly, let's do HP regeneration. Some type of just an HP regeneration based off of like the force behind my movements.
HP regeneration. So okay. I like the confidence you have for that. I was going to make some other suggestions, but
Okay,
as
make
long
your
as-
suggestions. That's just what I'm thinking. If you have better, you're the crafter. If I could easily, Johnny, I could happily say, you decide for me and you give me something, and I will like it no matter what.
Ah,
No,
but,
that's
you know,
not true.
That's not true. Well, that's not true. I won't like it no matter what, but I trust your crafting intuition. What's your ideas?
All right. Well, I was just thinking of some characters I had in the past. I made a character that could grapple concepts. So being able to touch a concept with some sort of thing might be beneficial. It might be the next step for Atlas the Strong. It could also, I don't know, you could, yeah, I don't know, you could,
Johnny,
yeah.
as you're considering this, as Bubba is considering this,
Mhm.
his intuition about how to make shit gives him, I can't do it, boss. It's too
Oh.
high level.
Too high level. We're not there yet. Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, I think I'm trying to keep it a little bit simple with just HP regeneration, but that is a cool idea, especially because I did block in because I talked to John about it.
Yeah.
And strength being force given purpose is what I ended up on,
Okay.
and it will work the way I want it to. So being able to interact with concepts would be super fucking helpful for me later on. So we'll notepad that because that's a really good idea.
Something I think Christian is going to have to worry about a lot, Johnny,
Mhm.
is he's his own greatest enemy. A lot of the
Yes.
time, if he thinks too hard about what he's doing, it stops working.
You just need to vibe it. You just need to based off instinct. You're a swordsman, not a sword scholar.
It's actually John gave the perfect example of My Hero Academia is a very good like representation of what Hendrik is or Atlas is. I'm All Might of I don't Deku it and go, okay, I need to use 4% of my power and do this and put like 10% here and all this. I'm like, yes, I just full instinct my body and it works.
All right. Well, we could do kinetic conversion. That might be interesting. Where because you're pretty much talking about the force of moving being a way to give you health, right? That's
Yeah,
that.
like basically using the
there.
energy I output as like an energy source.
Yeah. So kinetic conversion is one option. You could have it turn into HP, which would allow what we're thinking there. So what does my skill intuition say for that one, John? For elemental synergy.
Your force.
Yeah.
However, you have a couple different options. If you try to make it a passive, it's going to be negligible.
Right.
But you can make it into something that charges up. It takes like a negligible amount of his movement capabilities every day, and eventually it'll hit a breakpoint. And once that breakpoint is hit, it's full. But whenever he needs to activate it, it's a full heal.
Okay.
Really good, honestly, for me being a tank and how much health I have.
So would that be a stamina bar thing, kind of like how much he's actually physically moved or done actions of? Time, just time. Okay.
In actuality,
when you
it's
say
a
it mess
time-based.
with my
Hmm?
movement, does that mean it's going to slow me down?
It will slow you down a negligible amount. It's like 1%. You barely even notice.
Okay, cool. Because I say I'm already slowed because I turned 20 agility into 20 strength.
But I think having a cool heal up skill that you can activate on command as
it
a
would be-
reaction, John, is that fine?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay. Sounds great. That's
That would be huge. Yeah.
let's go with that.
You could get a faster refresh rate by taking a harsher penalty to his movement, but at the negligible, it's going to be another weekly.
No, I think that's pretty fair, honestly.
Yeah, no, that works for me. Because I mean, 9 times out of 10, I won't have to use it, but when I do need to use it, it'll be huge.
John, will these be charges, like a one-time charge?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Does the quality affect the amount of charges he has?
No.
Okay, so it's only all right.
Johnny,
But it's
Johnny.
yes.
I have a question.
Mhm.
Can you is it possible for with your runic inscriptions to put a condition where it will automatically activate if I reach 0?
I don't think there's
There's
anything
not.
that
There's no way for me to do that. Unfortunate. Okay, sorry, that was just an idea. Continue.
that's probably a tier 3 skill kind of thing where you have
Okay.
logic conditions come in.
What
That's
you
what I
would want
guess.
to do, just kind of skip around that, is ask your ego armor to do it for you.
Oh, true. You're right. I forgot it can talk to me.
So let's get that started then. All right. So first thing we're gonna do is we're doing both a stamina and mana to create this this new suit. But before we continue, John, let's do a little bit of math. So
Okay.
I'm going to open up my Bubba sheet. Actually, let's let's do it this way. So 1 grand tel is the equivalent of 1,000 quality, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was pretty sure that's what that is.
It is literally
Yeah.
1,000 tel put together.
Um,
Not even a quality thing. You have just picked up 1,000 individual pieces of tel, put them together, and squeezed real tight.
yeah. So the one thing we should talk about is the difference of using Grand Tel compared to Tel in the crafting process. Because the way I view it as is that it's a separate thing compared to Tel.
Nope.
So it is the same process. All right.
Same process, it just has extra effects if you use it with Grand Tel. It's all tel blending.
I just need to find where this is then. Yeah. So this is the thing in question. This is Clother tier 2, level 7. So it allows me to, in the process, throw in Grand Tel to increase the quality.
Yep.
Okay. So I don't need to double dip at that point, right? It's just like I'm throwing it in separately at that point to give it the quality enhancement boost that is just it's like paying for quality at the end of the day, right? That's exactly what this is describing, this level.
Yes. This level is just paying for quality.
Yeah.
Notably,
Mhm.
the doing this does not give the item any of the benefits you get from crafting it with Grand Tel. That was only come if you make it with Grand Tel as part of its original design.
And so you're talking about the skill.
In Grand Tel Synthesis Tier 2 of
Yeah.
Tel Blending, there's a bunch of, if you have made an item with a Grand Tel, it does this. It does not get those benefits from this level 7 skill from Clothier.
In other words, like I don't get the discount. I think is that kind of where you're going with, or
You
a
don't get anything.
synthesized core, or okay. I think that's fine, because honestly, John, it's the only the core is the only real benefit I'm seeing besides doing the Grand Tel asterisks, right? Um, Besides crafted items, but now store Tel, but that's just a crafted items. It's not to do with. But can I not like do it both? Can I not like say I'm going to spend a Grand Tel in the craft and then also spend more Grand Tel to increase the quality?
Absolutely. However,
Yeah. Mhm.
level 5, Any crafted item with a Grantel synthesized core
Yeah.
is considered sapient in the eyes of the system and may grow or level up or as any other being.
Yeah.
You will
Which
not
is
be able to seal club these.
okay.
And they will not be sufficient to function as like normal armors. They can be worn as armors, but they are going to be considered as part of that person's party, as two people fighting against one, and will generally not be allowed for tournaments.
Okay. Okay, that's good to know. Interesting. Okay, yeah, cool. That's fine. So let's that should be 1,000. So 10. I'm just doing the calculation of how many minutes in a day, which should be 1,440. And so 1,140 times, nope, don't do that. Clear. Paste. So minutes.
While you are doing math, I will be right back again.
Perfect. So it's in the day. So I can make 8,640 grand tel total if I wanted to. That's not right. So let's do. I already have the math done. I'm just doing a second thing here. So 50, 250, 1,250. Times by 5. Right.
I'm back.
Welcome back. I'm just doing some other math, which is the accolade cost for a tier 5. Okay. I'm going to purchase 2 accolades.
Before you do any
Um,
purchasing,
mhm.
I will tell you now that
Yeah.
something I informed Christian of. Any
Yeah.
accolade at tier 4 and beyond will be retroactively rebalanced to be outside of your capabilities to acquire.
Oh. Okay.
So going for them may be a bad plan.
So the reason it's not available is because we're not at that point in the campaign. So there's no point in trying to go for. So anything above tier 4, you were saying, right?
Anything above tier 3, so tier
Anything above
4
tier-
and above, is outside of your capabilities. Tier 3 is meant to be the peak of your potential. You're pushing. That's your 110%. So if you are capable of going beyond it, it is
Mhm.
simply due to me not balancing appropriately yet, and
Gotcha.
so they need to be rebalanced.
Gotcha. Okie dokie. Yeah, these so this was my process for you, John. These are the two craftings that you gave me.
Yep. You can assume that 4, it's going to be somewhere in the realm of 200,000 or 300,000 now.
Okay, and if I can, okay, 2 or 300,000. Gotcha.
And if you get there before when I consider an appropriate time, it's going to go up.
Yeah, I figured as much. All right. That's fine. Okay, so I'm going to make this craft out of 400 grand. So
So that would be 400,000.
nope, should be 40,000 times 1,000, John.
40 grand tell is 40 times 1,000 for 40,000.
Okay. I thought I was only adding 2 zeros at the end of that for but you're right. That'd be 100 for 2 and not 3. So 40 grand. So and I'm going to
Hey, I
create
don't
it
think you have $400,000 in your pocket.
correct. But yeah, we're gonna do that. So 40 times 10. It's gonna take me 400 seconds to create 40 of them. 10 seconds.
Sure.
60. Doesn't seem right. Anyway, 400 divided by 60 equals, that's going to take me 6 minutes to make 40 of them. And after I have that process ready, I'm going to do the crafting.
So what it looks like for you is, since tell are tiny little crystals.
Yep.
Almost like sparkly grains of rice.
Mhm.
You are doing it as fast as possible, just setting up 2 big tubs of them to your left and your right, shoving your hands inside, and they're starting to glow as the tell inside slowly shrinks to be smaller and smaller. A grand tell is a round ball about the size of a marble, and so your tubs slowly fill up with marbles.
Gotcha. All right, once I have that ready, I begin the crafting process. And we shall do our clothing knowledge. skill. So it's going to be intelligence, and then I'm going to look at my flat skill bonus, which is 1,160. 1,160, and submit. Ooh, a 9. Very nice. And I do believe that means I've crit, in a sense, on my crafting. So that's good. Good.
It's gonna be a good suit.
Yeah. So let's do the copy paste of the other stuff.
Is this for my suit, by the way? I haven't been paying attention. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's for your suit, boss.
Oh yeah. Big.
So name. We're gonna call it Grad instead of Thad because it's with the big G's instead of the low G's or the low T's. So the quality is 40K.
You third.
The hmm. This is the reason I'm being slow about this, John, is because this is the first time I'm using Grantel in the crafting process.
No worries. Take your time.
The reason I question my sanity here is because I'm doing tool lists, and I'm using mana and stamina to create this process. I should be doubling the final result of my my quality when I create this.
Yes.
Does that mean my quality, because I put 40,000 worth of quality into it with Grantel, doubled?
So the big question is, what can
Yeah.
your skill level get to?
So I can go up to, like, if I just remove,
Because the Grantel portion of things, all of that, that's not
Mhm.
really all that important. That's effectively just paying your way. Your skill is the true determinator of how big your quality can get.
Right, but like that's the same thing as me using one of my other things that give me how much tell I spend into it gives an additional quality attached. Um, and that was also affected by the final quality in a sense. Because all right, let's just say I get rid of anything tell based. Let's just put this as 0. Like with my current skill quality, I can get 9,513.6. That's what it is doubled in a sense. But then you add in the I have plus 30 per 10 tell I put into it. That's from my tell bonus stuff. And then I also have putting grand tell only should be adding in that as well. And these are all from Clother things, not from just the tell, right?
Clothier, which level is that?
Oh, I put it in chat already. It was 7, and I do believe that is tier 2 Clothier.
Your specialty items are considered growing, eh? That's not part of the crafting process.
Even so, improve their quality. Fed
Nope.
directly to improve their quality 1 to 1,000, even after creation. Even after creation.
So I'm gonna make it clearer. That's where it's designed to be used after creation.
Okay, because the way I read that was you could do it in the process to make that, which is why I did it the way I did.
Nope.
Okay.
I see now why you thought you could get those accolades.
Yep. Because the way it was written is the way I could do it.
John and his verbiage strikes again.
That's fine.
Bro, there's so many people here.
Mm-hmm.
Balls deep in chat.
You know, entirely unrelated, Johnny. Every other person, we are slowly starting to get into the nitty gritty of what this person is, how they feel about things, their general goals in life, how they engage philosophically with their path along the system. But we don't have time to do any of that on Bubba because he's working all the time for everyone. And if he slows down in any way, shape, or form, he has somebody knocking on his door saying, "Where's my suit?"
There's my super
My
suit.
Also, Johnny, I did think
I
about a way.
was gonna say poor
to help you
Bubba about the suits because he was knocking at all of our doors asking us, "All right, what's your fucking suit getting made of? What's it gonna do?"
Sorry
Uh,
for wanting you to be better than what you can do right now, Jared. I
Don't
apologize.
apologize to me. I'm berating John.
um,
I'm gonna need that in the quotes chat. Like that one. That's good.
apologize to me. I'm berating John.
By God. Doesn't this chat have a limit on the number of people? Oh, we've set it to 9 for some reason. So we don't have a limit.
It doesn't
The
matter.
limit had to move.
Don't care about limits, so it doesn't matter. The chat limit is a fucking lie.
It also was changed because extra tolerance for somebody hopped in, and then we had Johnny's recording. It was originally what changed.
Either way, let's all be quiet so Johnny can take his turn.
I was coming to show you that because I thought it was funny.
Okay.
Okay.
Johnny, feel free to message me over the week. You never do. Everybody else does. Message me over the week and ask me or pitch these crazy ideas that you're going to come in with and are predicating the entire rest of the session on. Hit me with those so that I can resolve those, and you have to spend less time rebuilding an entire plan every time I answer a question.
Yeah, like I really hate that. Like you're taking your whole turn to build my suit. I feel kind of bad.
That's what he is. He's the suit crafter.
I guess just now my confidence level is down because like I thought me being able to put my tell bonus in, for example, from the more tell I put in, so like every 10, I can get more quality out of it. But it makes me look at the actual quality of the like the baseline, like without adding any tell into it, like without adding any tell into what I have 4,000 4,726. Like without any, that's just my baseline bonus. And then we add in the amount of tell that it's in the craft, which should it's up to the value of which would be 476 or 4746, right? And then I times that by 2 for the toolless crafting because I am using both mana and stamina for it.
Mhm.
And then that gives me 9,492. And then
Which you can then double again
yes,
because
because
of
the clother tier 1 level 6, which would be 2,000 28,000 pretty much. Because like yeah, because before what I was doing is I wasn't going off of that number. I was going off of
oh no
like
no. I wasn't talking about Clothier Tier 1 level 6, so let's revert that really quick. I was talking about your suit that whenever you input money into it, you can get value from it, which allows you to get up to double your quality in value in like extra quality for the suit.
yeah, and that was the first one. That was the 4746 after the 4746.
I thought
And
that
then
after the 4746 was the doubling it because you're spending both mana and stamina.
no, and then it's times 2, which was 9,492.
Okay.
Oh, let me you're right, John. Thank you for doing that because that gives you a totally different number.
I'm
Uh
just gonna hide that.
yeah, this should give you just from the double after the fact. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Why is that doing that? What's spending? Yeah. Because yeah, this is what this is doubled. And then what it is after that times 2 and then times 1.5 would be
So don't worry about the times 1.5 just yet. The actual quality of the item is the most important thing for you to be keeping track of, like the end result quality, because that's the one that is going to be important for things like determining if they can go into the tournament or not.
Yeah.
That 1.5 times to the quality benefits and
effective quality versus the actual.
yes, the effective quality versus the actual.
Yeah.
So right now, this is pretty much your limit. You can make a 18,985 quality item,
Mhm.
which is entirely reasonable. That is 1/5 of the entire loadout of somebody going into the tournament, and after it's done, you could just feed as many grand tel as you want into it to give it even stronger. But this is the mark of how good you are as a crafter currently, which is pretty much where I have designed for a tier 2, because that's what you are,
Yep.
crafter to be at. Your only tier 3 skill isn't a crafting skill, it's a golem skill. It's a hybrid combat skill for creating summons and things like that. You could have had a tier 3 cloth working skill if that had been what your class was designed for. So remember,
Right.
all of this crafting and stuff, this is literally just to put you in a better position for your real job. You're not a pure crafter. You are you're a summoner, and you
Yeah.
just happen to be crafting your summons.
Right. Okay. But yeah, that's what it is baseline. And then for Christian's sanity, this is what his value will be when he's wearing it.
No,
Yep.
you're good, Johnny. Take your time. You are not bothering me one bit whatsoever.
If I was wearing this suit, though, this is how much it would be for quality, effective quality.
Yeah, it would double for you. Yeah, and then times 1.5 after that.
Oh no, it increased by 100%.
Well, yes.
That's for the meta skill one for that. I think it was, or the passive. No, it was passive that was causing that.
Well, I'm saying that 18,900 is going to double because you're wearing it for you, and then you get a 1.5 times benefits from it.
Yep.
So, yeah, the suit would be that good for you, which, whenever you get your combat suit ready to go, is going to be hella nice.
Yeah. But okay. So we can still put stuff into it. This isn't what I was originally going for, but that's fine. We can still put Grantel in to increase its value. It's not only being crafted with Grantel, which changes that accolade I was trying to go for. But yeah, so you got the 18,985. We can throw a bunch of Grantel into it. I have stuff ready. You can increase its value too. That changes the actual quality, I do believe. And then it would increase your final quality wearing. I do. That's a good question, John. Is putting in quality after the fact still affect the final quality wearing from Clother Tier 1, level 6? For the effective stats at that point.
Increasing quality after the fact, it should, as far
Yeah.
as you're aware, linearly increase the stats as if they were growing, like as if you were making the thing again.
Yeah.
However, you get the feeling based off of your internal elemental sense
Mhm.
that items that grow like that are not going to have an intrinsically superior elemental attunement / power, because you've noticed there's been several big upgrades. If you tel blend a 500 tel dagger, it's going to get hot. That's about all you're going for it. If you tel blend at 1,000 tel, you finally start to get like a superheated blade. If you tel blend at 10,000, well, that superheated blade might extend a few inches into like a plasma column. There are breakpoints, hidden ones, for when the elemental gets a notable qualitative increase in the capabilities it can provide, and you're pretty sure that feeding an item via the growing method won't allow it to actually hit those breakpoints for like an evolutionary change in its elemental capabilities.
Oh, okay. That's good then. Okay, cool.
The numbers, though, continue to go up.
Yeah. Okie dokie. Well, I need a new name now. Let's name you.
If you ever intend to move towards mass production, you may want to start using a model system, like model underscore Thad 002.
Yep.
I don't know if that's something Bubba would choose for himself, though. If it appeals to his sense of aesthetics. I just know that finding a new name for each of these for 20 years from now would probably be annoying.
And cloth, it's not kinesis anymore. It is, kinesis is close, but it's more kinetic absorption.
Yep, it's pure force.
And we don't have the arcane anymore for resistance since we're doing pure force. But it's still at
The big number.
yeah. So what your first one is going to be might, and your second one is going to be might. All right. Other things to know. 28000 divided by or times by 0.1. That is your fellowship bonus. Just not for bonus, but if you try to do a fellowship roll, that is your you add that on to it.
That would be overwhelmingly dapper.
Yes.
I believe that you have multiplied it by 10% rather than by 1%.
Oh, I thought it was okay. 280 then, if that's the case.
It
That's
is
still
1%.
fucking massive.
It's still completely ludicrous. Like, whenever you have this suit on, he's so convincing. He's ridiculously convincing.
No one can say no to me.
You really need, like, upwards of 10 in your willpower bonus before you can meaningfully, like, prevent him from getting his way.
Right.
Luckily, I'm a good guy. Don't give this
Johnny
to
is
Connor.
a truly ludicrous level, so he
Oh, I
doesn't
believe
have to worry about it. He can just convince you otherwise.
Listen, if there's anybody I trust in this party, it's fucking Johnny's character.
Bubba. I don't know if I trust Bubba's character. He's a little too comfortable killing things he knows can think and speak.
I mean, he's playing God, technically.
I brought you into this world. I can bring you out.
I am the
Pretty
true
much.
mother of this party now.
We
True
got two
mom.
mothers now.
What does Atlas need fellowship bonus for?
It's just how. It's just because my undersuits are, sexy.
Yeah, it's literally just an extra passive bonus that we get from one of his skills.
He's just overwhelmingly dapper. He's that good at fashion because he's technically a tailor.
I have the
So
skills.
in my mind, they no longer just look like fucking gimp suits. They actually have style to them now.
They have so much style. Think about the coolest superhero costume that you've ever seen. It's cooler. They'd make action figures of you.
What one of the production things is in Connor City.
Maybe. All right, Johnny. Final thoughts. I'll give you an extra 5 minutes. the kindness of my heart. You wanna any further questions about? Oh, actually, you know what? Let's introduce the suit to Christian, if you
Yeah.
don't mind. So Thad wakes up in your arms.
His name is Thad again? That seems morbid.
He is not a suit named Thad. He's just that.
He's just Thad.
The telekinetic connection reaches out from under your hands, Bubba. Leans up into your mind and says, "Hey."
Just says, eh?
He says, "Hey."
Oh, hey. Well, he's talking to Bubba, not me right now, or is he talking to me?
He's talking to Bubba.
Oh.
That I have an owner for you,
Okay,
companion.
He's just a chill dude.
sounds great.
Pass him over to Atlas the Strong.
Atlas, who's been standing here stark naked watching you craft this entire time. I reach out my hand and tap the suit.
Unlike all of the other suits you've seen so far that almost immediately Venom symbiote their way up onto you, this one just sits there.
I've got a lethargic suit. I guess I pick up the suit and start to put it on.
There's no holes for entry, but once you help it put it on, it finally is just like it'll open up a little hole for your arm to slide through, a little hole for your arm on the other side. There's like a hole to shove your head into, and eventually it's almost annoying wrapping yourself up in this thing because it only helps the bare minimum it has to. But eventually you get fully covered, and you turn around and you're like, "Hey, Bubba, is there any pieces missing?" And you turn around and your ass is uncovered.
feel a slight draft. Well,
Did I forget to spend money? I'm confused.
what just
Are we missing the fabric over here, or
did you use a crooked thread or something? Like what's going on?
it's because I use recyclable goods? That's the reason.
Yeah. I kind of knock on my chest. Hello?
Oh, hey.
Hello.
We said
I'm
that, didn't
Atlas,
we?
the Strong.
Well, I think that what's his face over there with the hair and the drool? He said my name's Thad.
Well, hello, Thad. You're not a very energetic one.
What? Oh, I guess not.
Don't worry. Well, oh,
It's
I was
because
kind of just born, so like, how am I
That's fair.
supposed to know?
that's fair, I guess.
I think the reason is because it's only made of force and not arcane and force.
Oh. Maybe it's tired. Didn't you say like I gotta charge him up?
Oh yeah. Why don't you go do some workout?
John, I'm gonna do this anyways, but I'm gonna go do my calisthenics and then come back. While I'm doing the calisthenics, just kind of talk to him and see if he starts to kind of liven up a little bit.
So your calisthenics turn out to be an extremely poor place to wear your suit, because while that 1% that you barely notice, like at all, like you're
Mhm.
just walking along, and it feels like maybe you're a little tired.
Mhm.
Because there is just this slight tightening of force with every step forward. You take a step, and it's just like I said, 1% harder. It's like if somebody snuck in a couple of pennies into like your
shoes.
clothes, your shoes. They're just that tiny bit heavier. The system that you work with, it's not about that. 1% is a critical error for it. It's constantly seeing you fail to match up, and we're going to talk a little bit more about that during your turn. But it's a very, very unproductive session. By the time you come back out, Thad does not seem noticeably more energetic. But you did talk with him for a while longer. He's not necessarily sad per se. He's pretty lazy. That's huge. You could tell he's lazy. He's not lacking energy personality wise. Even if he was full, he'd be like this. He's a minimum effort kind of person.
Which is crazy with his might force makeup that he's lazy.
You can suspect it's because of the kinetic absorption. He's that is compare it to let's say every time you like punched a sandbag, it moved backwards just enough that you didn't get the satisfaction of feeling like you hit it, but you got all of the tiredness of as if you'd punched it full force. That's effectively what this enchantment is doing. You are exerting effort and not getting out your full output because he's stealing some. He's very lazy.
Gotcha. Well, that's kind of concerning for the if I hit 0 HP, use the heal.
You'll have to negotiate.
Negotiate?
Bubba, are you satisfied with that?
I think it's going to be fine for now. I think this is a good baseline for yourself. I'm actually curious something you said earlier. My class not being a crafting class, but it's more of a golem class, because within the crafting, within the class itself, you gave me a bonus to crafting.
Yes, and I specifically noticed either in chat under it or just talking with you, you don't have the full crafter bonus. If you were a purist crafter rather than a multi-body mage, you would have a much bigger bonus to your quality.
Well, that's the thing. I'm already including that within my crafting because I thought I was a crafting class. Because I get the crafting bonus from the class itself.
You are a crafting class, but that's like saying a sword mage, a warlock is a fighter. You have you're a multi-class. You're a hybrid. You're not a purist crafter.
So I'm not getting my ×2 for stats for the because right now I have int bonus, fellowship bonus, willpower bonus, strength bonus, agility bonus that give me a stat quality, and then I sum all of those up, times it by my level, and then times it by 2 right now because I thought I had a crafting class.
What he's saying is you still are a crafting class, so you're still getting all those bonuses.
But it could be better.
It could be better,
because
but
it's
you're
focused on a golem building and making instead of actual clothing making. Is that what I'm hearing?
Let me give you an example of how this works. Right now, your class bonus to crafting is plus 100 quality on any cloth items made.
Mm-hmm.
If your class was just blacksmith, it's likely that it would be a multiplier of like times 10 on the quality on any of their metal items made. Both of those are crafting bonuses, and so both of them apply for the quality increases if you have a class that provides any crafting bonuses, but a purist crafter would have far more.
Okay. The reason I brought that up is because one of the clother skill, tier 1, is add your character's level times your int bonus to quality you craft clothing. Double this if you have a class that provides any crafting bonuses. So
does your
that
class
still
provide
applies.
any crafting bonuses?
Correct. It gives the plus 100.
Well, there you go. Your question is answered.
Excelente. All right, I'm fine. I just thought I was losing it, and I was like, no, now I have to redo my calculations. It's less quality.
No.
All right, we're fine. Okay.
I was just trying to give you context as to your current numbers, which are not bad at all.
No, they're
Uh,
not. I thought you were like, oh man, you're gonna reduce your base quality even more, John. And I'm like, oh.
You're getting nerfed again. It's even funnier the second time.
It's even funnier the third time.
Okay.
All right, Johnny. We're gonna finish you up there. Like I said,
sounds good.
the less of your turn that we could spend answering questions like this, the more you can progress further. So hit me up with questions over the week. I will answer them. I'm getting them from everyone else.
Yep.
True.
All
Also,
right,
Johnny,
Christian.
how much money or how much tel is this thing worth so I can put it in the price stat for my equipment?
Oh, it's only worth 4,746.
No, it's
4,000.
worth 18K.
18? Okay.
Oh, it's worth that much. How much I spent into it was only 4,746.
Gotcha. I just need to know because I'm keeping track of literally how much all my equipment costs in my character sheet, so that I
Okay.
can have an easy reference. So I'm not having to go like, oh shoot, how much did I spend on that for whenever I'm getting my tournament gear together. So I want to have it all tracked. Also, how much might is this giving me, John?
So we 28,000 divided by our number, which is I think 2,000. If I go to gear, my journal here. Yeah, so divide the full quality by 2,000, and then times it by 5.
Okay. Calculator. So 2 8. So the full quality is 28478, and divided by 2,000. You said.
Yep, and then 14 times 5. It's giving you 70 more might.
And then another 70 on top of it because you're doing it twice.
Yeah, because I'm doing it twice. So I'm getting 140 might. Hey, that's good numbers right there.
That's
Now-
good numbers right there.
Now, what's your total number right now before your baseline?
Okay, say that one more time.
What's your baseline might?
610.
All right, so we could bump those numbers up by just putting
Oh.
Grand Tel in if you'd like.
Like I said, I wanna get to like right before the tournament, and then I will just fill out the rest of my allotted like how much money I can put into it.
You can have up to 100,000. Is that right, John? For gear
Or your whole loadout.
For my
your
whole loadout. And I think accolades count in the cost
They do not.
for your loadout. What'd you say?
They do not.
Oh, okay. Well, either way, like I got my sword and every single blade goes into my loadout cost. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rings on, and then I have Thad. So whatever I don't use in that 100,000 on other stuff, it will all go into Thad to bump him up. I just want to wait because right now you have pushed me to where I am now in the 4-digit health.
Nice.
Naturally. So that's
Still no blood mage, Christian.
Well, I'd have to turn off mute.
You would have to turn off mute.
I'm not turning off fucking mute. I am a passives only build, John.
Okay.
The only actives I have are stamina reservation and mute. I guess regeneration coma as well. But and how much armor is this thing giving me?
That was provided onto you. Johnny actually
810.
listed all the important stuff.
Sorry, I read over it. My bad. 810. Sick.
Sick.
Yeah,
Alright.
the only thing I could say otherwise is that it might be more because I thought that was based on the 18K quality. And your effective quality is 28K, so it could be more, but I'm not 100% sure. Like, I'm pretty sure the force resistance should be also increased because of the effective quality. And the reason we have 810 is because you were using adamantine thread.
Yes. I figured
Even
it'd
if-
still be around 800. I just wasn't sure with the 9 if it would go up or down.
Yeah. So what I would do is I'd go by the ratio of, you know what I mean? So, you got 18K. Well, it's increased by 28K. So whatever that ratio would be is what I
Okay.
would do.
Gotcha. Also, Johnny, whenever you go fight your level 19,
Yeah.
you can use I can allow you to use my sword with one of your golems.
Yeah. Cool.
So I will preemptively, before I shoot ahead, say, John, whatever day Bubba decides to go fight his level 19, I will do a ride along and lighten my sword so that one of his boys can use it.
If you ride along, you've got to ride away. You can't be in time.
Yeah, no, I'm basically, whenever Connor drops him off, I'm going to lighten my sword, hand it to him, and then fly off with Connor.
So he's got 10 minutes to analyze the situation and then get the fight going.
Well, I'm guessing he's going to have already analyzed the situation by the fucking living monster index that is Connor.
He's been really busy lately. He's got a city to take care of. He's not autistically observing monsters these days.
He has a book that he's written it all down in.
Oh, man. There's only so much time you got for all that. He hasn't been spending resources to learn about monsters.
Okay. Well, either way, whenever Johnny decides to fight the boss, and I'm sure he will go, "Hey, Connor, can you go gather information about the best boss for me to fight?" And Connor will go, "Abso-fucking-lutely," because he likes looking at shit. I'll hand him my sword and whatever blade. I'll hand him the sword and the sheath, because the sheath doesn't weigh anything. I don't think. It's not too heavy for him to wield, because the blades are only a 1,000 tel. But yeah, I can help you out that way. That is one way I can assist you, because I'm not technically helping you. You're just using a high quality sword.
Listen, what if Bubba wants to make himself a whip?
Maybe a whip would honestly, like a cloth whip out of like living cloth would be sick. Also,
Well,
John,
It's on you,
Go ahead.
Christian.
first question. Me and Connor were talking. If Connor owns the city, can he give me the rights to build?
The only rights to build that are meaningful are the right to go and put a bunch of money in the teleporter to buy a new building.
Yes. I
Sure.
can. Okay. Because, like I was telling Connor, Atlas has no reason to think he's a power-hungry warlord, but so I can't fault him on that. And so he made me an offer that he would fund my town if he could own it, and I have no reason in character to disagree with that.
Yeah, you would just be effectively taking the same position as Ron Swanson is currently. Swan Ronson, excuse me, is in Starter Town. You are the governor, and Swan Ronson technically has the capability, if he so chose, to go buy buildings. He just doesn't want to do anything because that's what
Okay,
he was picked
cool.
for.
What I'm basically gonna do, John, is I'm gonna go ahead and use like all my progression. But today, or I think, Connor, are you giving me the money today? I don't know if he's around. But whenever Connor gives me the money, that's when I will start building the city. And I will just do that on my own time. And I'll keep track of when I started versus when it is, because I'm about to progress really fucking far ahead.
Okie dokie.
But I figured that's something I can do in my spare time while I wait for everybody to catch up is manage a city and just kind of like go day by day. Because I mean, that doesn't cost stamina to just fucking manage a city. And I'm kind of strapped for mana and stamina right now to catch up. So first things first, talking about what happens in the calisthenics room on day 50 or month 2, day 27 that you said we would talk about on my turn.
Yep. So, we talked a little bit about what it looked like in the couple of training sessions that you've done so far. But as you, with this suit on, you are starting to run into the first real major issues because you lack the capacity to achieve the motions the robotic voice wants you to meet. Like most of the time, you're just lacking the skill, and it's relatively patient. In this case, while wearing the suit, you lack the capacity, and it starts getting harsher. Eventually, when you fail to match the motion, just as a reminder, you are effectively chasing your after image holographically projected in front of you like you're trying to chase a car with a good time in a racing game. And any time that you move out of alignment with the hologram, everything flashes red, and it gives a big klaxon noise. And eventually it starts to get louder, and then it starts to insult you. And then it starts to shock you through the floor.
Which I don't feel because my resistances are so high.
Are your resistances so high?
Let me double check. Oh, no, never mind. They're not high right now. So yeah, I'm guessing that's arcane. So yeah, I would feel that.
Yeah.
Dang. Okay. Do I get like worse progression from that? Like, do I only get like half efficiency or something?
No, you still get normal efficiency. It makes up for your lack of capacity by working you harder.
Oh, okay.
It's
Gotcha.
just by the end, your mental is wrecked for that day. You couldn't do too many days in a row like that.
Okay, so I don't get my mana or
You get your mana. You can consider it having been dropped by 30% for that day.
oh my god. Okay, 1 second. Let me 4,000 times 0.3. So minus 1200. Okay, so I can only spend 2,799. Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so first things first. Let me see how many days it's going to take me to get through the calisthenics. I will. Is there a coat rack on the outside of the fucking thing?
No.
Like a little
However,
hook?
there is a shoebox on the inside.
I will take off Thad from now on, and I'll just work out in my underwear.
Every time it's annoying. He is even more annoying to take off than he was to put on because he's clingy. He's not literally ironing himself onto you like a suit named Thad did. He
Mhm.
just doesn't want to get off of you. It's like trying to take off a shirt that's too stiff.
A wet shirt.
Yeah, a wet shirt, but it's your whole body.
Ugh. Okay, I fucking hate that, but it is what it is. So 1,500,000 divided by 19,259 equals. So it's gonna take me 79 days, and throughout all those 79 days, I'll be using all my mana, contemplating force my Dow, which is I've already had it set, so it's just putting it towards my mana bar. So that will be. Atlas is going to progress 79 days into the future.
Okay, note as
doing
much.
his calisthenics.
Show as much. Put in the amount of mana you've spent, the amount of stamina you spent. Show the finished bar, and the day tracker with the months and stuff, all in the chat for me, and then I will give you your prizes.
I have
You're
to
good.
type out. I have to type out the same thing 77 times.
No, you can just skip ahead. You could be like days X to days
Okay,
Y,
gotcha.
and then put a
Day
total at
57
the end.
through, or yeah, day 57 through. Oh God, I gotta separate this into fucking months and shit. So okay, luckily it's on. So 77. So it'd be month 2, day 57, year 2 through. So that would be month. I think I'm on month 2. Am I on month 2? Yeah, I'm on month 2. So then that would be 2 more months. So that would make it month. Okay, well, 3 would put me to month 3. And then 2 more months would make it to month 5. Day 17. No, day 15. Or no, I have to spend technically an extra day. So I had 78 days. So day 16, year 2, I would have spent stamina. I'm just gonna put 1.5 mil because I would have some left over, and I will just not use that on the final day because my boy is probably fucking beat. And mana, I can spend 3,999 times 78 would be 311,922. Oh wait, no, plus. Oh shit. 3,999 times 77 would be that, plus 2,799 would be that. So I'd be spending 310,722 out of 1 million. And that would be out of 1.5 mil. Is that what you wanted, John?
Yes, that is what I wanted.
Sick.
Perfect. Okay, so Atlas the Strong. You are at about 20,000 stamina spent. Things get harder.
Mhm.
It's still just having you move through basic calisthenics, like body motion stuff, but you got enough mastery that rather than just showing you your body, it strips away some of your skin on like half your body on the hologram, and it starts highlighting specific muscle groups that it wants you to flex in a specific order. It's like bing, 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 bong in pulses. And whenever, even if you can perfectly match the like image, if you don't match it by exercising the specific muscle groups in the specific way it wants you to, it calls you a failure and starts going into that downward spiral of fucking with you over and over until it can motivate you to do it right.
Oh, also,
Uh,
I was wrong. It's not year 2; it's year 1 because I forgot we started on year 0. So that's just a mistake.
You at around 100,000 stamina, you've moved away from calisthenics, and now you're on the actual like really thorough exercise. You're doing stretches, you're doing acrobatics, you're doing cartwheels, you're doing handstands and one-armed handstands and one-finger handstands because it knows it can actually push you that hard with how strong you are. You are it has you do this from the 100,000 marker to the 500,000 marker. And then, after it is assured that you can move your body in whatever way it tells you to, it strips off a skin layer again and has you start all the way over, focusing on your muscle groups again. And so, it tells you how to do a cartwheel, but only using one leg, or it tells you how to do a cartwheel, but this time you can only flex the muscles in your hand to move your whole body. It's rigorous. You're pretty sure that with the amount of stamina you're expending, this would be more effort than a normal person would have been able to apply themselves to in like 3 or 4 lifetimes. Because
for sure.
remember, the average person, assuming that it could actually like conduct itself to human reality at all, would be 100 stamina with 100 regen per day.
Yes.
So to hit a 1.5 million,
Yeah, 1.5 million is crazy.
that would take them 15,000 days. So not crazy amount, but you've put in at the very least
A lifetime of acrobatics training.
yes, compressed down with no skill degradation, no injuries, nothing that states you couldn't practice for a while because you had a meeting to go to, a competition or anything like that. All those hidden qualifiers that prevent people from literally doing Olympic training from the time they wake up to the time they go to bed, you don't have to worry about.
Yeah.
Uh,
I never get
Matt,
sick because I'm regening 7,000 HP a day.
You never get sick. You are never in anything less than a peak condition. You feel the way you would feel. Like, imagine going to the gym and you're just absolutely in the best condition of your life. You're hitting personal bests all day, every day. You feel great. Nothing hurts at all except in the best way possible. And you go home thinking, my God, that was the best day of exercise I've had in a while. That's Atlas every day.
Atlas is living his dream right now. Like, this is the best. He's loving this.
Something you run into, though. No matter how far you get, there is a level of fidelity that you are no longer capable of. Let me give you an example. Even something so simple as juggling. Like, with your level of capabilities, the amount of practice that the room has put you through, you should be able to juggle like 15 balls. You should be world class. You know you've hit the peak of your skill, and you can juggle like 4.
Is that because of my agility bonus going down?
Yes, and just think of that expanding out in all directions. Your hand-eye coordination is lower than the human maximum. You are naturally clumsy, and it's exacerbated by the fact that you're naturally stronger. So if you do trip, if you do like make a misstep, it's a much more exaggerated misstep than if somebody else would. Like, if they just had all their stats at 60 and minus 20 on their agility, it wouldn't be too bad. But having a plus 20 on your strength has put you into a real bind in terms of your maximum capabilities.
Yeah, I'm basically above average human, or actually with my bonus strength, I'd be at like average human hand-eye coordination.
Yeah, like if somebody were to throw a ball at you in a baseball and said, "All right, dodge out of the way of this," you would dodge about as well as a normal person, which is completely insane for the amount of practice and effort you've been putting in over mastering your body.
Yeah. But I'm mastering my body to utilize strength better, not to be fucking super squirrely.
It does occasionally have you test your strength, but it not very frequently. One thing that it has you do a bunch, though, that you find very interesting is weird strength exercises that give you more mobility than you thought you would have. For instance, in effectively all martial arts that are made by today, there's no real need for someone to ever lean over super duper far where they're just effectively balanced on their toes, because it would take an unreasonable amount of strength to reorient themselves in a quick enough manner, and it's put them in a bad position anyway. It's about efficiency. For you can pull off really crazy angles because it's just very easy for you to do, because your body weight is effectively a complete non-factor, even in terms of the amount of stamina it takes you to move it around. You could do things like there are some martial arts steps where you can kind of obscure the movement of your feet by doing those things like by effectively moving forward with just your big toe, pretty much. I don't know if you've seen or heard of that, but it is something that can happen in like some judo practices. And for you, that motion, it's like a flash step, because your big toe is enough to throw your whole body forward. So there's stuff like that. Another thing that you learn whenever it makes you put up obstacle courses, it is a lot faster for you to shove yourself off of a wall than to make a turn. So if you are coming up across, like, there's a sharp left turn ahead, 90-degree angle, and you're barreling straight forward, you do not have the like grace necessary to make that turn. You're supposed to run straight at the wall, and then just before you hit it, like stiff arm the wall to your right, and it'll throw you to your left. A complete redirection of momentum.
Which, I mean, technically, that's also possible by just stomping my foot.
It is. You find you aren't doing that very often, though, because it runs a few simulations with you.
Mm-hmm.
You have enough strength that no matter how much control you have, if you're utilizing it to its best capabilities, you're going to be breaking the ground. And broken ground means a poor footing to apply leverage.
Okay, can I also run a simulation if I use my sword to angle and stab into the ground?
That is beyond its capabilities, but you, with how far along you've gone, can kind of understand what it's doing for you yourself. Do you think that there is a world where you can utilize the invincibility of your sword to effectively grab one side, grab the point, grab the handle, shove your foot down to bend it as far as possible, and then let it go and have it boing you? You think stuff like that is feasible, but your raw might is getting closer and closer to the point where it will outdo the tier difference of the tier 0 that says your sword can't be broken. As Jared said, your sword can't be broken being a tier 0 is there's always a in parentheses after the fact that says unless a higher tier ability says otherwise. You're almost certain that the second you break through on your Dao, your sword is going to become very breakable again.
Oh no! Well, it's probably about time for Atlas to move back to just using his fists at this point.
Just because something is breakable doesn't mean you need to, but it might not be much of a choice for you after a few more advancements past that.
Yeah.
So, after the 1,000,000 stamina mark, the last final stretch is focused on you standing completely still. It turns you internal. and it focuses on allowing you to regain control of your internal muscles. It's focusing on saying, "All right, flex this." You say, "I don't know how to flex the muscle of my abdomen right here. I don't know how to flex that singular abdominal muscle." And it just shows you how to do it until you get it right. And you say, "Well, why do I need to learn how to lift my ears up and down?" And it says, "This is total body control," and it shows you how to do it again. It shows you about muscles in your face. You know Jim Carrey, how he can do that, like, almost shapeshifter like transformation where
Yeah.
he flexes his face and he just can make himself look like a bunch of different people. It shows you that while you don't have like the mutation that he has that allows him the extra control there, you can gain a lot of that. And it doesn't take too much effort for you to just reshift your face to look like somebody completely different.
One day, just after I get done, I just walk outside and walk up to Bubba and just stare at him for a second, and then shift my face into his face.
It's uncanny because it's nowhere near perfect. You don't have the bone structure to be represent as Bubba.
Oh yeah, no, my bones are way like sturdier than his like really nice sleek jawline. I've got the jaw of like I got like the square jaw. And so it just looks like buff Bubba.
Yeah, you get enough details right that it's disturbing to look at. It teaches you things about how to raise and lower your heart rate on command. It teaches you things about how to practice with your diaphragm, because controlling that is a big part of controlling pitch, controlling your breathing, controlling a lot of things. It teaches you about ways to harden your muscles in response to an incoming attack. Like that guy who, what's his face, who used to early 1900s performer guy.
Fucking Houdini.
Not Houdini. It was another guy in the same vein, though. He would literally have like a Civil War cannon, a big.
Yeah.
And he would
I know what you're
stand
talking
in front of that thing, and he'd flex his abs, and they could fire it, and it would just bounce off.
Yeah.
But one guy came up to him unexpectedly one day and slugged him in the stomach, and he died. And it was a matter of him not being prepared for it. This room is teaching you how to do what that guy did at your level, which is a major, major thing for you because of how much power.
Such a
you put
good
in.
combination with trading blows.
It would be, but the room cannot teach you any talents. It's giving.
Oh no,
it's
I
giving
know.
you
I'm just saying, like having that ability and pairing that with trading blows, where whenever I do trading blows, I also tense up my muscles where they're going to hit me at, will be a crazy addition.
It also teaches you the complete opposite. Because sometimes you need to tense up your muscles, and sometimes there are going to be situations where it sets you in like a falling simulator, and it shows you how if you are tensed up and you hit the ground at a bad angle, even with how durable you are, you'll shatter your legs. It'll just snap because you're applying force in the wrong way. But if you go completely limp, you could get thrown from a tornado and land just fine with like minor bruising.
Yeah.
So it teaches you when you need to tense up and when you need to go completely loose, and you have and it ensures you have complete control over that process to a startling degree. It teaches you a few things about how to let's see. There is some mind over matter stuff. That is a really uncomfortable part of the training. It's saved towards the very end. It has a pain stick. Whenever it touches you with this pain stick, your mind blanks out and you spasm. It's
Huh.
just that painful. A couple of times you put dents on the floor because you're spasming so hard. It continues to hit you with it until you can stand still, and then it continues to hit you with it until you can move like it tells you to, even with your mind just utterly blanked out by pain. It's a really uncomfortable part of the process. You find your willpower really lagging during that section.
Yeah.
But it's the final slog, and you get through it. At the very end, it has you run through everything all one last time, starting from the basics, and you find the early portions where it was just those calisthenics. It feels so comfortable now. You can, for you, walking across a room almost feels like falling. It's just that easy, that quick, that smooth. It catching yourself with your feet is almost an afterthought because whenever you go in a direction, you're going hard, and every motion that you make is deliberate. There's ways to swing your arms, especially with the amount of power you have, that you can almost moon step because you're throwing yourself off of the ground harder than you ever were before with each step. It's a major difference, and it's effectively almost has to have the room train you again with your new capabilities. But you match every expectation, every standard it sets for you. The only thing that's holding you back is the size of this room. It's relatively small, and it has cautioned you not to use its teachings too much outside of this room, or you could reset your progress, and that was enough for you to be like, okay, fine, I won't.
Yeah, absolutely fucking not. The only teachings he uses outside of this room is to just kind of freak out his friends some. Like he'll like just pop up sometimes with their face.
But eventually, you master all of its tests, all the way to the end, where it's having you bounce off of every corner of the room, doing tricks where you have to like spin around on your pinky finger like you're a freaking breakdancer before twisting off of it, bouncing up, and then hopping off of the ceiling with toe stretches, bounce, 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 until you can backflip into place. Again, all of this with the less maximum capacity of agility than an average person.
Yeah.
You still manage all of this through pure skill, and with that, it drops confetti from the ceiling and says, "Congrats!" Blows a bunch of like those little party blower things, and you're like, "What?" But I don't feel there wasn't like a qualitative change or anything like that, or like a system update to tell me I got something, and that I don't have like new DAO unlock or anything like that. As you like pat yourself down and you look around, there is no how you say tokenized demarcation to show that you have mastered body control in that way, because body control is it is a conditional power. You lose body control if your stats ever drastically change. And I don't mean your overlay stats, I mean your underlay stats. I mean your any like class upgrades that might dramatically shift you one way or the other. I mean,
So you're telling me I'm level 20. Well, no, that's overlay. Never mind.
That's overlay. But if your class specifically was like, I increase your maximum strength by 10, you don't know if it'll do that, but if it did, you know that it'll reset your progress here.
Yeah.
So body control.
Oh yeah, Jared. One day, Atlas just walks up to you. Then you see him stare at you for a second, and then he flexes his face, and then he kind of looks like you.
And then I heal my face to look like Atlas.
You lose your hair. That's a condition.
And grow back.
This is what you would look like if you were big and strong like me.
Whoa. I gotta go to the gym.
Also, Jared, my new suit passive is sick as fuck. I requested HP regeneration. And what it is it basically over time stores up some of the energy from my muscles. Which, John, once it's at full stacks, does it stop doing that 1% thing because it can't get any more absorbed? Like the tank's full?
Yep.
Okay. And it's basically a full heal stored in my suit.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, and since it's an ego, I'm sure I could get it to whenever I hit 0, it automatically uses that to heal me back to full.
My healing powers become ever more useless.
Oh, that's like a super conditional. I'm not going to use that haphazardly because it's going to take me a while to charge that fucking suit.
That was it.
Mm-hmm. John hasn't given me the actual numbers on it yet, but I'm not really wearing it right now while I'm doing my calisthenics training because the system gets mad at me because it's stealing 1% of my agility, essentially.
Mm.
The overwhelmingly dapper that I got from Johnny, I just asked him to make it look like a plaid shirt. Oh.
Overwhelmingly dapper Kenneth Cole black t-shirt.
Wait. Okay, wait. Okay, so any physical stat roll, so like swinging my sword.
Swinging your sword, doing a backflip, doing a push-up, throwing a rock, grappling someone,
Oh,
arm
but
wrestling.
it's base stat modifier. I see. Okay. That's useful.
This will also give you a just because you can auto pass anything that you want to, effectively a narrative level of I body this way or that way.
Yeah. I can, like you said, I can move in very unnatural ways.
If you told me, hey John, I run up that wall, I don't question if you have the wall running skill. I say sure.
Go for it.
You say, hey John, can I see two attacks coming at me from both directions. Can I jump up into the air and spin and allow them to Spider-Man go past me to hit the enemies on either side of me? I don't say, oh, that's a crazy acrobatics roll. Here's a minus such and such to be able to pull it off. I say, sure. You do
Atlas
it.
is standing there with his arms crossed, and two people come from different sides, and then he just hits the splits with his arms still crossed, and they stab each other, and then he just slides back up to his feet.
Yes, that is the kind of shit you will pull off with no effort on your part.
I like to think Atlas just always has his arms crossed now, and so like he's fucking falling, and he just fucking like fucking just.
You don't want me to uncross my arms.
That's when shit gets dangerous. Because Jared, I am reaching the point where the tier 0. I'm so strong that I'm about to outstrength the tier 0. Your sword cannot break.
I did hear that part.
No.
Ready?
All right, John.
Just to be clear, you no longer have any issues whatsoever with you being too strong for your own body.
Oh shit! For real? I no longer take fucking self-harm damage.
You no longer take self-harm damage. This will change at some point if you breach that 5-to-1 ratio
Mm-hmm.
through some means or shape or form, which should never
I already
happen.
do. I already do just for existing.
You can't because you have the skill that gives you 20% of your might is.
But I have an 80 strength mod and I have a 60 toughness mod.
Whole.
So because I have an 80 strength mod, and I also have intrinsic might, which gives me a 1 point. I think it's like some kind of multiplier for the purposes of determining strength mod, and there's no version of that for recovery. I have like 10 over what I'm allowed naturally.
Let me take a look.
Oh, never mind. Yeah, I have over 10 naturally. Here, I'll show you. It's all calculated on my fucking Excel sheet.
So that is going to be under physical utility, not physical utility, physical passives. Intrinsic might. Increase might by 20% for the purposes of improving strength mod.
Mm-hmm.
And 40%. So intrinsic vigor. Increase the effectiveness of one's natural speed. Doesn't exist. So intrinsic might. Get a passive, X resistance, strength mod is doubled for damage. And then we have in physical utility, the might recovery. At 10% of the larger stat, the smaller. I see what you're saying. So you are not completely immune to the self-damage thing, especially if you get further apart.
Once I like go into combat mode, I make sure to balance it out.
Yeah. I will say that if your class at 20 doesn't come with the self-harm mitigation capability, even with your body control, you're going to be in hot water just because of that alone.
Yeah, I mean, just like I said, it also doesn't help that since stat bonus is based off of your underlay stat modifier, I have an 8 strength underlay stat modifier and a 6 toughness underlay stat modifier, which is like the big thing.
Oh yeah, because the multiplier is is hitting that base.
Correct.
So you are this body control. We'll say it was really necessary.
Oh, it's extremely necessary. That's why I said this is what I'm doing, and I'm not doing anything else.
You're still in a good position though now. You don't beat yourself up every day half as badly, and it was a very solid motivation for you to get control of it.
Yep.
You can overclock your muscles purposefully to punch someone so hard that your arm explodes.
I don't think I'll do that. I can overclock my muscles to hit the damage cap, but cooler. John, after we finish, I go, what's next?
So it gives you a scan again, looks you up and down. It states, garbled text.
Are you shitting me right now?
It takes a couple of moments, and then it says buffering. User, Atlas the Strong. This system recommends you garbled text. However, the system, this is in big capital letters, has deemed you unfit / too early / it pauses, and then it starts rewriting again, as if it didn't go into that at all. You cannot learn garbled text.
I just hold up my hand. Oh, is it going to say more?
Yep.
Okay.
But while this is usually a prerequisite, you can begin on the next stage. It will simply be, it checks its notes, harder.
Can I learn Can I go back and learn the prerequisite after I have the allotted clearance?
You only get a bunch of garbled text in answer to that.
You can't just say yes or no.
It tries. It tries so hard for you. This thing wants to please you.
I can't just say yes or no that if I move forward without learning the prerequisite, if I could go back and learn it.
Clearly, it's more complicated of an answer than yes or no can provide.
Damn it, John. This stupid tournament.
This system can also suggest that there may be methods of progression outside of bodily health and maintenance.
What are your
It
suggestions?
cannot help you with them.
Oh, fuck off. I still have another 130 days that I have to fill out my stamina for, and I was really banking on this system getting me there.
It can set you up with something, but it doesn't even have the ability to tell you about a prerequisite to whatever it would next teach you, which was probably going to make it just mind-bogglingly hard for you to learn, to the point where even it's suggesting maybe there are other things that would be better for you to spend your time on.
All right, I get it. I'll see you whenever we're ready for the tournament and I can actually come back and learn. But then we gotta go and we're going down. Son of a bitch. Okay. Well, great.
You don't want to learn what it can tell you about the next stage after the prerequisite that it can't tell you about?
What is it called?
It is called... Oh, let's see. It is called... I know what the direction I want to go. I'm just trying to arrange the perfect naming for it.
You're good. Go get your toy. Go get your toy.
It's called body tempering.
Oh, I want that so bad. I want that so bad, but I can't.
Like it said, it can teach you, but
whatever the prerequisite for body tempering is, has got to be so fucking important. Like, no person in their right mind would be like, yeah, let's just learn body tempering. I'm sure there's no important prerequisite that's so important that I can't learn it before I get introduced to the greater world.
I also was introduced to something yesterday that I'm not allowed to learn yet. So it's probably of the same technique.
Man, and I've gotta finish this before the tournament. My mana sink.
I don't think you're going to be able to. If
I
it's the
can't.
same thing that I had.
Oh, you finished your Dow?
No.
Oh, no, I'm not talking about the stamina thing. I have a mana sink that's 1 million, and I'm 150 days off finishing that. And I was
Ooh.
banking on this little fucking training regiment giving me something that I could fill my days with for stamina expenditure.
Like, oh, okay, I see.
Yeah, this is just a side thing that I'm doing because I have to spend a whole bunch of mana. And so now it's like, do I just go work for 150 days?
If you want to.
It feels like such a fucking waste.
It could be.
But then, because I do plan on making a research / like blacksmithing town. So I can dump the money that I make into that to improving it to ludicrous degrees. So, okay. Here's what we're going to... Jared, the person who's great at making decisions, I'm going to ask you a question.
The what?
Should I work my job, basically, and try to make as much money as possible to sink into my town over these next 150 days, and do that as like making an appropriate town, essentially? Or because once I reach the day that I'm getting to, I'm done. Like I'm done with the campaign until you guys catch up to me. Which will probably be like, I'll probably see you guys in like 5 months.
Mm-hmm.
Which really sucks. Cause like I'm gonna be past even Brayden. I'll be on month 9.
Damn.
But it's necessary for Atlas to reach the point of where he can compete in this tournament in a meaningful degree.
Yeah. Is there an or option?
Or I sit at day 77 and sit here and contemplate shit and try to find another huge stamina sink and don't progress and get my Dow.
I mean, I guess it depends on if you want to ensure the highest efficiency, or if you want to ensure the highest efficiency or
Do I want my shiny now?
best path,
Yeah.
or if you want to wait, or if you want it, yeah, like you said right now.
I think what I really should do is wait, design my town up to the day that I'm currently at. And if it's looking like the town is producing promising results and it just needs more money pumped into it, I will then spend the next 150 days making as much money as possible to pump into my town. So I think, sadly, I can't continue any further.
Okay.
Man, that sucks. I wanted my completion of the Dow so bad on this session.
You got shit you need to do first, and you're the
I don't
furthest
have
from the
shit I
wall.
need to do first. It's just that the fucking system's like, every time Atlas tries to do something, it's like, oh, no, not yet. You can't do that yet. I know you're completely capable of doing that, but no.
Just because it's hiding the information from you doesn't mean you can't do it.
Oh, yeah, let me just start doing random shit and see if
Yeah,
that fucking...
you just gotta figure it out, bro.
Oh yeah, let me just
sure
figure
the
out the
system will try to blow
prerequisites
you
for
up.
body tempering. I'm sure that won't fucking end horrifically and fuck up all my progress.
Sorry, what did you say there, Jared? Jared?
You muted.
Damn it.
I said, yeah, I'm sure the system won't try to blow you up for doing it.
Probably not, totally.
Well, then yeah, I guess I am just done until I can get my town set up and John tells me what I get for the type
you
of town
want-
I set up.
Do you want to go ahead and learn what your training room can tell you about body tempering in advance?
No.
Oh. It gives a sad face.
I go, listen, man, I want this way more than you want to tell me about it. But the system's a bitch, all right? I can't use my full damage. I can't use my full power. I can't go for accolades that are over. That I mean, that's the only other thing I could do, John, is if you would allow me to expend stamina to get accolades of higher tier than tier 1.
Nope. You won't be able
Then
to get
yeah.
higher
I-
tier than tier
I'm
1
out,
for
John.
what?
I'm out of accolade ideas. I have pitched so many ideas to you, and you're like, no, that doesn't exist. I'm like, okay. I guess there's nothing else. There's nothing else I can do other than throw shit, pick shit up.
That's all you are, bro.
I even wanted to try and find an accolade of like reach 1,000 HP naturally, and you're like, no. Okay. Sure. So I'm out. I'm out of ideas for accolades. There is no more accolades that Atlas can fucking acquire until the damage cap is gone. Unless there's an accolade for each type of damage, do 1,000 cold damage and 1,000 heat damage and 1,000.
Not as far as you're aware of.
Oh yeah, doesn't exist. All right, that's what I figured. I fucking hate it here, man. I'll just come up with accolade ideas. Pitches like 50 accolade ideas. No. Okay.
No, I don't think so.
Just gotta
All
wait
right.
till we do the tournament so I can get the tier 4 version of the 2 fucking accolades I'm allowed to do.
All right, Christian. We're going to finish you off here since that's as far as you can go.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing more I can do until I get more information. I'm also not going to be like Connor, John, and I'm actually, since I still have GM privileges, I'm going to build my town.
Okay, cool. That's a good idea.
Which I will give it a better name. How many squares do I need to make the size?
100 by 100.
100 by 100.
And they
You're making a new
are...
town?
Yeah.
He is, in fact, making a new town. He's expanding civilization. He's grabbing the good kids before they're all out.
That's exactly why I'm doing it.
Because by
Yeah,
the
it gives
time
you
you get to
something
the...
to work on.
It does give you something to work on, and it gives you political power innately.
Oh yeah, when me and Connor were talking, and he was like, "Hey, as long as my name's on the deed, is that okay?" I'm like, "That's fine because we have a power balance. Because if you fuck with my town, I'll just fucking eliminate you."
Very true. Connor is your king. Slash
is
whatever
a-
he...
He is a king because he wanted to have the crown. He is not the king of my town.
He is the king in a legal standpoint. It will eventually get to the point where he could potentially put you in legal hot water if you just refuse to listen to him, even though he's the landowner.
That's
And
fine.
legal is not going to necessarily be toothless. You are going to enjoy quite a few legal conveniences because the rich get richer and the strong get stronger. You'd probably get like a slap on the wrist at most, but you would be probably banned from your town.
I mean, I'll just overthrow him.
Now that's a distinct possibility and something the system very much enjoys seeing.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm not worried about it because we have a power balance of I'm fine with him having the air quote crown to my city, but if he pushes me too far, I will just overthrow him.
But what if he kills you back?
Good fucking luck.
All right. Thank you very much, Johnny. I'm assuming that you, if you're still here and listening, you're going to be going to bed shortly. Connor, I don't think you were ever actually here. You just joined in so that your name could be in the call.
No, he's doing packing orders on his phone, so he's just been listening while he packs orders.
Okay, so we could make fun of him. That's cool.
But yeah, no. Me and Connor have a very, very good understanding of our relationship in this town.
Gerald. As a final thought,
That we do, don't we, Connor?
we do, don't we?
What'd you say?
Jared, is there anything that you would like to share with Christian? Because you got some particularly juicy info from your session last night that literally nobody else was there to hear. If you don't share it, they'll never know.
I mean, it's nice to
So true.
ask this question after I'm 77 days ahead of him. Actually, way more than 77 days.
Well, I can't do anything about it until. Well, maybe I could, but it would be. I don't know if it'd be stupid or not.
Well, if
Try.
you're asking that question, it might be. What is it? What's the information, Jared, if you want to tell me?
Basically, when the system moved all the humans into its new reality, it slapped a makeshift jerry rig esque mana distribution system into our bodies. So it's like not good, but it's like barely functionable. So if I don't do anything about mine, I'm gonna die by 40 just from like mana complications. So there's a there's a thing that we have to learn. Before that happens, but we can't learn it yet. It's the system.
Okay.
It's a bitch.
John, I guess even with my vitality, I would still die.
Eventually, it's worse for mages, people with a lot of mana.
That's true. I do have 200 mana now.
Yippee!
I also have 1,000 HP.
Hey John,
Big
just
1K.
hopping in to say something real quick.
Okay, we're done.
He just Oh, okay. He logged on Terraria, so I was saying I'm about to fight Queen Slime.
Okay. I am gonna move all the boys up to the other call, and well, we can still answer some D&D questions, but I'm gonna do Terraria stuff.
That's good.
Hello, Connor.